So we ended with this problem on the last video, and so we'll start here. So again, this, remember that this section, you are remembering this SOHCAHTOA. So this tells us which function to use, sine, cosine, or tangent. So I look at my angle, 63 is where my degree is at. So to that, 12 is opposite, and x is hypotenuse. So I would put sine, because sine is O and H. So sine, and it's always of your angle, so 63 equals opposite 12 over x. And then you can multiply both sides by x. So I get x sine 63 equals 12, and then divide by sine 63. And again, I would really check on your calculators that you're getting this. You should get 13.5. So if you don't, check to see if you are in degrees. So here we're looking for the angle measure. Whenever we're looking for an angle measure, we're going to either use sine to the -1, the inverses of sine, cosine, tangent. So that would be these ones. So remember, sine of the angle gives us the ratio of the angle. This gives us the angle that goes with that ratio. So we're looking at angle T, and 7 is opposite, and 18 is hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine, because O and H, sine -1 of opposite 7 over 18 should give you 22.9 degrees. And then here, same thing. Looking at T, 34 is adjacent to T, and 87 is hypotenuse because it's opposite of the 90 degrees. A and H go with cosine here, so we can do cosine -1 of 34 over 87, and you should get 67 degrees. Again, make sure you're checking those in the calculator because you want to make sure those are right. A 60-foot ramp rises from the first floor to the second floor of a parking garage. So we have this ramp is 60 feet. And it's going from first floor to second floor. So we've got first floor here and second. The ramp makes a 15-degree angle with the ground, 15 degrees here. How about high above the first floor is the second floor? So this right here. So again, once you've drawn it, the hardest part on this is figuring out what it looks like. So really looking at the numbers and like where they go. So now we've drawn it. X is opposite, 60 is hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse go with sine. So sine 15 equals opposite x over 60. Multiply both sides by 60. X equals 60 sine 15, which equals 15.5 feet. All right. So that was the goal 4, where you are using sine, cosine, tangent, and right triangles. Now we're looking at goal 5, using those with word problems, basically application problems. So name the angle of depression or angle of elevation. So when it says or, it's not meaning one or the other, but it's meaning like whether or not is this the angle of elevation or angle of depression. So that's angle of depression, because it's the deer or whatever is looking down. So you're labeling which one's which. And then this here at the house, we would be looking up at the deer. So this would be an angle of elevation. So you're not doing one or the other. You're naming them both, but which one is it? Is it that one or the other one? Right, so this one, you aren't going to get this standard check back before the test. So you're going to want to make sure that you really know what you're doing on these sections. So here, the balloon, people in the balloon would be looking down, so that'd be angle of depression. And this person would be looking up at the balloon, arrow's kind of off, so that'd be angle of elevation. You're naming them both, and this is a 4-point question, so you just have to say which one is it, this or this, is what the wording on that is. All right, so then here we have a picture, and we're looking at the shadow. So suppose the sun casts a shadow off a 35-foot building. If the angle of elevation to the sun is 60, how long is this shadow to the nearest foot? So we're looking for this x here. So here I have the drawing, so I don't really have to draw it, but angle of elevation be looking up. So 35 is opposite of the 60. X is adjacent. So I'm going to use tangent. Tangent of my angle 60 equals x opposite 35 over x. Multiply both sides by x. If variable's down low, we kind of switch the tangent and the x is what essentially happens. So we have x tangent 60 equals 35, and then we'll divide by tangent 60. So x equals 22.2 or 20.2 feet. And watch labels on that. I'm not going to be too picky about it, but you should label it. Kyle is at the end of a pier above the ocean. So he's at a pier here, and he's above the ocean. So here's your ocean. We'll draw it out. His eye level is 3 feet above the pier. So he's 3 feet tall. Short guy here. He's using binoculars to watch a whale surface. If the angle of depression to the whale, so we have our whale here. This angle right here is 20 degrees, so that means this angle is 20 degrees. How far is the whale from Kyle's binocular? So this is 30 feet. And then he's 3 feet tall. So this total is 33. 30 for the pier, and then the 3 feet that he is tall. And we want to know how far is it from him to the binocular. Binoculars to the whale. So that would be this line right here. So then once I have my picture, 33 is opposite of 20. X is hypotenuse. So I'm going to use sine. So sine 20 equals opposite 33 over x. So we've done this a few times algebraically, but essentially again, when a variable's down low on the bottom of the fraction, then they switches with what below. So we're going to switch the x and the sine 20. Or you can look at it again about like multiplying both sides by x and divide by 20. So then you should get 96.5 feet. All right. On this one, so we are looking for, Angie sees a hot air balloon in the sky from her spot on the ground. The angle of elevation from Angie to the balloon is 40 degrees. She steps back 20 feet, the angle of elevation is 10 degrees. Angie is 5 feet tall. How far off the ground is the hot air balloon? So when we're looking at this, it kind of depends. Some people use law of sines, which works totally, because you know that basically if I can find like this side, then I can find these two pretty easy. So law of sines would be like this is 10 degrees, this is 140 degrees, which makes this right here, so we have 150, so this would be 30, this angle. So we're just looking at this one and we're going to find this part right here, because then that helps us find the rest. So 30, opposite of 30 is 200, so it'd be 200 over sine 30 will equal 10, a here over sine 10. And then cross multiply. So we have 200 sine 10 equals a sine 30, and then divide by sine 30. So a, this little hypotenuse, will end up being 69.5 when you plug it into the calculator. So since this is 69.5, then we can find x by doing opposite. 40 is opposite over hypotenuse, so sine 40 equals x over 69.5, and multiply both sides by 69.5. Which gives you 44.7, and then we'd add the 5.5, so around 50 feet. 50.2 feet is x, so that gives us this, and then we had to add the 5.5. And then y would be same thing. We'll use the 69.5, but this y would be adjacent, so we would go cosine 40 equals y over 69.5, and then multiply both sides by 69.5. And then you find y, but technically you only want how far is the ground, so this x, which is the technical one. So if you didn't find y, I didn't mark that wrong. But y would be 53.2. So we started with sines to find this hypotenuse, and then once I found the hypotenuse here, law of sines to find hypotenuse, then I could find all the others. Right, so then that brings us into law of sines. Anytime I have two angles, it's going to be law of sines, and anytime I have one angle or less, it's going to be cosines. So here, I'm going to do sine 14. Oops, I should do opposite side, sorry. Opposite of 14 is x, so x over sine 14 equals 14 over sine 67. Cross multiply x sine 67 equals sine, oops, sorry, 14 sine 14. Too many 14s. 14 sine 14. And then divide both sides by sine 67. So x should equal 3.7. All right, and then this one, same thing. X over sine 61 equals 127 over sine 42. And then cross multiply, you should get x equals 166. Sorry, kind of going fast through that so that we can get to these ones. Here I'm going to need to find this angle by taking 43 and 123, which is 166, and subtracting that from 180. So that gives this 114. And then the same thing after that, 9.6 over sine 14 equals x over sine 123, and you should get x equals 33.3. Okay, so then these are law of cosines. So this would be set up x squared equals, and you'll have the two formulas, law of sines and law of cosines, just the formulas, the gray box on your notes. So if you understand those, so we do the angles or sides around, 14 squared plus 15 squared. Minus 2, 14 times 15 cosine 89. And then you should get x squared equals 428.3, and then so x, when you square root it, is 20.7. And then this one's set up cosine x equals, I'm looking for x here, so it would be 14 squared plus 10 squared, sides around it are added, minus the side opposite, 9.6 squared, over 2 times 14 times 10. And then whatever you get for your decimal, you're going to go cosine negative 1 of this.